All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay.
You're okay. It's 9/11, the anniversary.
Yeah, it's a tough day.
Yeah. Do you want to say something?
Well, on September 11, 2001, I was a New York City fireman, and my life is defined as before September 11th and after September 11th. You know, there's a lot of guys I know who have died as a result of illnesses that they received as a result of being, as working down there. We worked down there for almost until May. And I'm also sick from the trade center. And, you know, the difference for me is, as I have a 15-year-old son, and to him, September 11th is just a page in a history book. But for me, 343 firemen died that day. It was a horrible, horrible day. And it doesn't mean the same thing that it means to them. And as time passes by, it means less and less to the people. You know, I remember when I was a kid that people would talk about Pearl Harbor, and it would just be like, oh, yeah, that's great. You know, I'm going to look at a newsreel of the Arizona getting blown up. But September 11th, we were attacked, and we were very vulnerable. And we need to remember what happened on that day so it doesn't happen again. And we need to remember all of the guys who died. Well, and there was women who also were killed, but there was only male firemen that were killed that day. We need to remember what happened and never let our guard down. And it's just, I can't believe it's been 20 years.
I know. That's hard. Very hard to believe that it's 20 years have passed.
And I look at all the guys who've died, and I'm sick as a result from them, and I say, you know, well, what's going to get me? So that's always haunting me too.
And so the people out in Central PA and the people in the Pentagon too.
Right. And all the civilians and the cops.
The civilians, the innocent people that just went to work.
Right.
Just went to work another day and didn't get to go home.
3,000 people.
Yeah, so...
And just by a stroke of luck that I wasn't there. You know, my brother was killed. My brother, John Devaney, was a fireman. He was killed on the job in 1989 and at a residential fire in Brooklyn. And I just feel that I wasn't supposed to be there. You know, I wasn't supposed to be there that day because if we weren't away, I would have been there that day.
Right.
You know, and
you would have been coming off, and you would have
been coming off, and I would have went straight in.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been able to stop me with a gun.
Right. And there would be no Patrick.
Yeah.
And speaking of Pearl Harbor, Patrick's birthday is Pearl Harbor. Right. What are the chances of that? Patrick was born on December 7th, and then we lived 9/11.
So
terrible, terrible dates.
Yeah, terrible dates
in the history of the USA, but we never forget.
Right, now that I've cheered everybody up,
let's move on. Yeah. Okay, so well, thank you for those words, and we have to always remember. But we're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Today we have Rose Bartoli, second week in a row. She owns Sun Control Plus, which is a window film company. Thanks for being back with us today.
Yeah, thank you, Jackie, for having me.
We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors. We have been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for 50 years.
All right. During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And don't forget to click on the webcam tab when you go to jruddy.com and see what's going on at Dunmore Corners.
Look us up on social media. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to jruddy.com. Mobile-friendly, jruddy.com. And if you like podcasts, which most people do anymore, we offer our radio shows on many popular podcast apps. Just search for the Real Estate Roundtable with Jackie Ruddy. We should come up. But if you need a list of the podcast apps that we're on, just visit jruddy.com, go to the radio tab, and they're all there. Okay. A woman-owned business. I like that. Sun Control Plus. We have with us owner Rose Bartoli. Your husband, Carlo, is the installer. Carlo Bartoli does all your installations. He's on a job now, but he couldn't be here with us. So you're a husband-wife team.
Yes, that's correct, Jackie.
And you haven't killed each other? You've been
No.
doing it 29 years.
29 years. Yes,
Yeah.
we have been.
Amazing.
I have no idea what that's like at all.
No.
It must be difficult.
Yeah, we have different job descriptions, and it works out great. Yes.
And he travels.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me, where do you go and what do you do, please?
All right. Sure. We do service all of Northeast PA with our 3M window film, whether it's commercial or residential. So we do cover areas from beyond Wallenpaupack area, or it could be a residential property in Glenmara to the back mountain of Dallas, to the Lehigh Valley area, even into Williamsport, Allentown, Poconos. So we do service all of Northeast PA with commercial and residential window film.
Okay.
All right. So this is not your father's window tint.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Or that shade that my mother used to have.
That Mylar orange shade that we would pull down.
Yeah, which we were told never, ever to touch because it was so delicate. You know, we were forbidden.
Lake and fall apart on you if you
Yeah,
did.
yeah. So, okay. And she didn't want dimples in it and, us to puncture it. So we couldn't touch it. We were in deep doo-doo if we did. All right. So, Rose, our lives have changed because of COVID. You know, the way we do business, where we
Sure.
go, how we do it. So tell me, how has your business been affected by COVID?
Okay, when I think back, we obviously servicing residential and commercial clients. Everything pretty much came to a screeching halt. We weren't allowed, as far as on the construction end, to go out on site. So we kind of stayed a little organized in our office, what we can do that we would never have time to achieve. So the moment that, we were able to go back out when construction was approved again, and we certainly have seen many architects still working at home. There's been such a change on buildings being occupied. Not as much traffic in commercial buildings. We have stayed very busy with our safety and security film, our solar window film on commercial buildings, but we may not be in all. There's always going to be construction in hospitals, banks, facilities like that will always stay busy. Retail slightly has slowed down, as we all know. We hope that they can ride through this for sure. But as far as residential, we did see a slight increase in residential installations, more people working from home. So when I think back, if we did have a call, I may have asked for window sizes or photos to have instead of going out initially, have a little conversation by phone first. And that seemed to work very well for us. And then, of course, going out, we of course, wear masks. You make extra cautions with COVID. People today, residential has been busy. I think we're going to see a lot of working from home. So people have formed home offices. They've experienced a little bit different glare reduction, being at home during the week, enjoying their homes a little bit more. So they've invested into their residential properties.
So residential has increased as a result.
It has increased, correct.
Because
yes.
they need to have privacy.
Sure. That's another factor, whether it's privacy or glare reduction, comfort, just wanting to have a more comfortable atmosphere at home, hopefully, creating an office space around windows, enjoying the natural light to come in, but needing to keep the area more comfortable, cooler, help air conditioning run more efficiently.
Okay. So, all right, that's good. I mean, one thing that's changed is the commercial occupancy, like you mentioned. So you were going into larger places that aren't there anymore. So at least with the residential, it's coming back to you. So you have some work. You busy?
Absolutely. We truly haven't stopped. I know myself, I do get progress reports from 3M. Yes, we are busier than last year for sure. So we did ride through through the pandemic fine. You know, we've been solid for 29 years and still moving forward.
Good.
Yes.
You have to adjust, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Okay. So you are the only approved or authorized 3M dealer?
Yes, that is correct. Yep. And yes, in Northeast PA, we are 3M's authorized prestige window film dealer in Northeast PA.
You offer a variety of tints.
Yes.
And we're talking about the density, correct?
And what we mean by that is the amount of light transmission that does into your home or business. So 3M does have a night vision series, which we have night vision 15 being the darkest, night vision 25, which is a bronze film, and night vision 35, which allows a little bit more light to come in. They all have high glare reduction, high solar heat reduction, helping air conditioning run more efficiently. For instance, on 100 square feet of glass, we are reducing 12,000 BTUs per hour, which is 1 ton of air conditioning savings per hour on 100 square feet of glass. So many buildings may have several hundred square feet of glass, and what you're doing is extending the life expectancy of your air conditioning unit. So that's the energy part of the window film benefits. 3M has a Prestige series, which is our Cadillac of window film for residential. It has high heat reduction, allowing more light transmission into your room. So it's a lighter film, non-metal, doesn't interfere with Wi-Fi. The Prestige series is very clear, natural, to the eye. You don't distort your view at all. You're maintaining a great amount of light to still into your room and reduce fading as well. So there's various densities of window film.
All right. You know what I've always been curious about? I'm into cars. I love cars.
Okay, sure.
So I see these guys with the windows that is black as night.
Limo film.
So what is that? What density? What? See, because I'm trying to wrap my arms around.
That may be like a 5%.
Oh, 5.
Yeah,
so it's only letting 5% of the light in?
Correct.
Oh, that's how it works.
When I'm in those cars, I can't see. I'd crash.
Yes.
Like I couldn't drive a car like that.
How do you drive it at night?
You can't make eye contact with another car near you to see if they see you before they make a turn.
Right.
So there are laws, again, for auto film. We chose not to get involved in the auto industry. We service residential and commercial.
Yeah, but you know everything about it.
Sure.
So what should a car tint? What's a good number for it to be?
I believe around 25 or 35.
25, 35.
Maybe
Yeah,
the
that
maximum.
would make sense.
And it may vary from state to state.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I remember, I'm trapped in the 80s. We used to get pulled over. My friend had his windows
for sure.
tinted, and he used to get pulled over all the time for the window
fined
tint.
And, maybe a few days, come back, have it removed.
So when you have window tint, you mentioned that you don't lose your Wi-Fi.
Correct.
But what about phone signal?
Especially with our Prestige series, there's no metals in the film, so will not interfere with cell phone, any
kind of electronic signal that won't interfere with.
Absolutely not.
I never thought of that.
Yes.
That a window film would
of the metals.
have metals in it, and it would be like a shield.
Correct.
Well, I can attest to it, and because I asked the question, I knew the answer because we have a building.
You knew the answer.
I knew the answer. You know why I know that? Because
you did your homework.
No, well, I do that too. But my experience at the office is such that we do not get cell service in my building because
we have a metal roof. We got a Q decking for the roof.
Okay.
Okay.
So what does everybody do, Rose?
They go outside.
They go out to
They take a break.
Yeah, but if it's raining, they go out to the windows where you did your beautiful work, and they pace back and forth in front of our windows inside because they can get signal there.
But they can't see you.
Yeah,
because the windows
nobody
got
can
a
see us,
reflection.
right? Yeah,
But
privacy film.
And sometimes they're outside walking back and forth, and you say, "Oh boy, they're out there smoking." They're not out there smoking; they're talking on the phone.
Yeah, so we don't get service in our building, but we do by your windows.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's great to hear, Jack.
Yeah. So I could attest to that. So that's good. All right. So you offer a variety of tints, clear to lightly tinted. Correct?
Yes.
All right. And so the different levels of tint determine the amount of visible light that comes in.
Yes.
And but all of them are 99.9%. They reduce the UV rays by 99.9%.
Prestige film, there's 4 prestige films. They do all have 99.9% UV inhibitors to reduce fading. The rest of our product line is 99%. So it's so close.
All right. Now,
yes.
what if I had like a single pane window on the house?
Okay.
How does this stuff?
And I can't afford to
new
replace
windows,
them.
right.
Sure.
Because that could be costly.
Absolutely. The applying window film to a single pane panel of glass will step that window performance up to a double pane panel. If you had double pane, which is very common, most buildings, commercial or residential, do applying window film now, you would be achieving the benefit of a triple pane window for heat reduction and performance.
You know what I see in my future? Window films.
Okay.
There you go.
Jackie's listening to this and she's got a big smile. Like, okay, here we go.
We have 40.
We welcome another customer.
We have almost 50 windows.
Yeah, but we're not going to be doing them all.
Carlo will have to move in.
There you go.
But at least he's local, Rose.
He's local.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right. Well, yeah. No, and I never thought of that. I have, look at, on my windows, I have, on every window, I have a shade, which is pretty
And
much.
curtains.
And then shears, and then drapes. On every window. I mean, that gets expensive. I never thought, even though you've done our window film at the office, I've never thought of it for my house windows.
Sure. Yep. We do service homes with custom drapery or shears, of course, to preserve the fabric right at the window itself, and along with the furnishings, hardwood floors, artwork, to preserve the life expectancy of all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She's got a closet. We have a room on the 3rd floor, and she keeps a lot of clothes. It's a big closet, really. And the shade, the window shade, is actually, somebody told us to keep the sun out of the room because it's going to fade your clothes.
Sure.
So she's actually got it was taped at one time. The shade was down and it was taped, and it was dark as a vault in there. But I didn't know there was another choice.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I learned the hard way, as I often do in life, because I had when I was on my own and I had an apartment, I had a closet that actually had a window in it, and all the clothes that were the closest to that window all got faded. Yeah, they were all faded. And you don't realize until.
Just like a storefront, if you have furniture in a storefront window, it's exposed to fading. So you want to be selective when you're purchasing something as well. But we can help slow down the fading process, and we have very light films for that reason. Our Prestige 70 is great for retail, going up to Prestige 50, which is one of my favorite residential films, to allow plenty of light to come in, reduce heat, and give you some glare reduction.
And privacy.
And the darker films would certainly give you that privacy that you may want for a home.
Reducing heat, I do want to mention. So our big windows at the office.
Yes.
The sun beats on it. It's an afternoon sun. If I didn't have that film, I was going to say tint.
Yes.
That film on the windows, it would be a sauna.
Be possibly 10, 12, 13 degrees warmer right at that glass.
And you can't even, it's very comfortable.
Sure. Yep. It definitely makes a big difference.
I did want to make that point. Okay, Rose Bartoli, owner of Sun Control Plus. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Yes, we could be reached area code 570-451-1655 or by email info@suncontrolplus.com and our website www.suncontrolplus.com.
Nice pictures there, too. Gives an idea of your work, what you do, and it's all work that you've done. It's not just like those photos that you just get off the internet.
Not
They're
at
real
all.
photos.
Correct. They're all projects that we've worked on, projects we could speak about, whether it's our Vasara frost glass finishing, which is used in conference rooms, used in many hospitals, forming privacy, whether it's a band or a strip of frost, leaving the top or lower part of that glass partition open, used in conferences, all over Northeast PA.
But you also use it in residential for bathrooms.
Sure.
And such.
And that we do. We can use our frost. The frost facade is available in a solid frost, in a rice paper. There's a few samples with a little texture to it. They can be used in possibly a bathroom window for privacy when you don't want to be bothered with a blind or a shade or have close neighbors and something trying to form privacy in an area like that. So it is used residentially on occasion as well.
Thank you, Rose. Pat, would you like to review a listing, please?
Yes, we have a large 4-bedroom Victorian-style home. It's at 829 Electric Street in Scranton for only $189,000. This lovely home, it's got a wonderful wraparound front porch. It's got a front yard, and it's located on a desirable corner lot. This home is close to Marywood University, and it could be a 6-bedroom home if the 3rd floor was finished. It has beautiful hardwood floors throughout. It's got a newer roof, a newer electrical system. It's also got that classic galley kitchen along with an eat-in kitchen right next to it. That's a 4-bedroom home at 829 Electric Street in Scranton for $189,000. That's listed by Sam Shelter of our office.
We have a pre-approved buyer Gail Lewis is working with that is looking for a home in the Abington or Tunkhannock area, any style of home, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, and their price range is up to $350,000. They need a minimum of 1 acre. We have a pre-approved buyer looking for a home like that. If you have one and you're thinking of selling it, please give us a call. We might have that buyer for you, and you can be one and done. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM, The Talker. We'll be right back.
Who are Century 21 agents? They're high-tech gizmo-packing problem solvers with an appetite for getting things done. They know the best places to buy a home, to sell a home, and to find antiques, if you're into that kind of thing. They're weatherproof, foolproof, and proof positive that smart people doing good work can make big things happen for great folks like you. Oh, and there's one nearby. This is who they are. This is what they do. Century 21 agents. Smarter, bolder, faster. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Hi, this is Jackie Ruddy from Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Is real estate on your mind? It's on ours 24/7. Whether you're buying, selling, investing, or in need of an appraisal, you have questions, we have answers.
Thinking of buying or selling a house and have questions? Tune in to the Real Estate Roundtable hosted by locally owned and operated Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on Saturday mornings at 11 and Sunday mornings at 11:30.
Call 570-344-6724 or visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Thanks for tuning into the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with my husband, fellow realtor Pat Devaney.
And we're back.
With Rose Bartoli, owner of Sun Control Plus. Thanks for being here with us. We're having a fabulous discussion with you.
And it's not your father's window tint. See, I want to call it window tint.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Right.
It's a window film.
Right.
Get with it, Patrick.
Window film.
Get
when
with
I
it.
think of film, I think of movies.
Yes.
Right?
And I say videotape when we go to digitally record something.
As Patrick would say, we're stuck in the
80s.
Yeah.
80s, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
He's
boomer.
not wrong.
Okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah. Okay, so Rose, you offer a safety and security window film.
Yes, we do, Jackie. 3M certainly has a patented Ultra 800 security film with a 42 microlayer technology. It does strengthen the glass from someone breaking in, smash and grab, or if glass isn't tempered in a home, in a renovation, and it needs to be. So instead of replacing that glass panel, we can put our 3M security film on, which is a clear film to give occupancy as if that glass was tempered. So that has occurred quite oftenly out there, that inspectors would allow 3M window film to be applied to a glass that needed to be tempered because it may be less than 10 inches off the ground or near a stairway or near in a bathroom area. So we have seen that as well. But we do install a lot of our 3M Ultra 800 for school safety, which is pretty popular right now.
Now, what it does is when the glass breaks, it might shatter, but it holds it in place.
Correct.
I used to come when I was a fireman, and we'd have
Sure.
cars with tinted windows. It would be, you could break it, but to get it all out of the way, it was a lot extra that we had to do with our tools.
It will hold the glass in place, and it is more than a one step. We do install an IPA attachment system to the perimeter of the framing of the glass to secure the security film to the framing and the film. So it is a little bit of a process, but it does strengthen the glass from someone breaking in.
Wow.
Yes.
So to keep our children safe, and that's comforting. So you do a lot of work for schools for this
Correct. Yes.
type of film. And so when Patrick was in grade school, he went to a private school. The doors to the classroom were glass. And right after that,
Up in Connecticut, Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook, everybody's attention was on this matter. And so I said to some teachers there, like, I'm concerned about anybody can just put anything through that glass and get into that.
Sure. We have seen a lot of added vestibules, a second layer of glass, like 2 sets of doors, 2 sets of glass panels as you're entering to secure the vestibule area before you enter the administrative area. So there has been many of precautions along with cameras and various other, school safety devices that schools have used. But we have seen an increase to school safety throughout Northeast PA, the Lehigh Valley area, for sure.
Yeah, and what I was thinking of at the time, I was thinking back several years ago, were bars on the windows, and how unsightly is that? But when you can do something like film, seems
Correct.
like, you're not disturbing the look.
Sure, and because the Ultra 800 is clear, someone would not even know it is on the glass.
Mm-hmm. Right. And you're providing safety and security and level of peace of mind and comfort for parents, correct?
Yeah, I'm thinking, we're talking about this. I'm thinking about like an elderly person who lives in a house and say they have the rear door, the front door has got the big pane of glass on it. Somebody could just punch through and reach in and open it. But if they did something like this, it would inhibit. It wouldn't be as easy.
Correct. We never know how creative or what someone is going to use to break in, but we are going to slow down an intruder. For
Sometimes
sure.
that's all you need is just to slow them down.
Yes.
Yeah, because they want usually in and out quick.
Yeah, so they can get in the house and hear.
Okay. Rose Bartoli, owner of Sun Control Plus. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Yes, you could reach us by 570-451-1655 or by email info@suncontrolplus.com and our website suncontrolplus.com.
Thank you very much, Rose. We really enjoyed our time with you these past 2 weeks. Thanks for coming in with us.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
Pat?
Yes, we have it's a duplex at 826 North Main Avenue in Scranton for $165,000. This is a wonderful opportunity to earn extra income, or you could live in one unit and have the rent pay the mortgage. This building has a 2-bedroom apartment on the first floor and a 2-bedroom apartment on the second. Each unit has beautiful hardwood floors. They're in excellent condition with separate heat and electric, along with a large yard and a 1-car garage. That's a move-in ready 2-unit at 826 North Main Avenue in Scranton for $165,000. And that's listed by Liz Vaccaro of our office. And all of our listings are available at jruddy.com, so you can get pictures and really get a much better idea of what we have.
And jruddy.com is mobile friendly. We're looking for a house. Connie Seagraves has a pre-approved buyer in the North Pocono area. They prefer a ranch, but will look at other style homes, looking for 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, up to $650,000. They're looking for a newer home. Doesn't have to be brand new, but newer home. And if you have a home that fits that description, give us a call because we have a pre-approved buyer. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker.